Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're going to talk about a bunch of knives that have recently dropped. This is the VERO Synapse that drops at 12 o'clock noon on the 24th, March 24th, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm posting this when it's available, so you guys can go and order these, and they are ready to ship, so it's not a pre-order or anything like that. This has a hand satin, beautiful satin finish drop point blade, and it has the titanium bolster lock, shred carbon fiber, but there is other versions. My favorite is the micarta one. It looks so sweet. You have a great flipper tab. It's a minimal flipper tab, and you see how it like sits inside the handle a little bit, but it's so easy to flip. I mean, it's really, really good. This is amazing flipping action. Very comfortable. Nice, nice comfortable engagement. Nice break. Yeah, super solid. The size of this knife is a medium-sized knife. It's not small. It's not big. It's literally a perfect medium-sized knife. You can get a full 4-finger grip, so it's not going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be able to basically use all grips. Access to the lock bar is good. Super duper smooth on the drop, and then you have this hole deployment that works great. Very, very good reverse flicking action. So yeah. Awesome, awesome knife. Definitely go and check that out. Everything from this video will be linked down in the description. Next is the REALSTEEL Luna MAIUS, which is basically a larger version of the Luna Boost. Now the Luna Boost is a titanium, or this one is a titanium frame lock, but the Luna comes in many different options. Slip joint options, fat carbon fiber, so many different options. Now I really like the frame lock, the frame lock option. It is a compact little jet knife. Now this one is quite a bit bigger, and it allows you to get a real big, comfortable, full grip on the titanium scales, but this one has a back lock. Now, the cool thing about the Luna is that it's basically made for people in areas where they can't have one-hand opening knives. So you can take off the thumb stud if you have to be in an area like the UK or whatever where you have to pinch it open. Well, now you can do that. So you just got to take off the thumb studs. It's a titanium thumb stud that does work good. It kind of has like a little chamfer on the side and allows you to snap it open. I can one hand open and close this one, but if you take off that stud, you're gonna have to two-hand open it. It also has a titanium spring pocket clip that works great. It's a great clip. It has multiple different color options, and the blade steel is, you know, a little bit not as satisfying, but it's N690, but a lot of people don't really care. N690 is a perfectly acceptable steel, and it definitely probably helps keep the price down for them. But N690, I would put it in the same ballpark as like AUS 10, VG10, you know, right under 154 cm or right around 154 cm. So good steel. But nice and slicey, a beautiful satin finish. Like I said, very comfortable. It's going to work in just about every grip. This is going to be a great EDC knife for a lot of people, especially for people that love backlocks or need to have a basically a slip joint type of knife. So it's a very smooth, slow rolling action. It is on washers. Now you can kick it out there, and it is just going to get smoother and smoother, you know, as time goes on, as it breaks in. Now, as far as disengaging it one-handed, if you have a big enough hand, you can push the button down here and just bring your finger up here and kind of kick it forward, and you'll kind of stop it with this finger. Now, you have to give it a little bit of effort at first, but that'll break in. Right now, it's not a free dropping action, but you know, like I said, it will probably get to that point, and it's very easy to do one-handed, especially once you get used to it. But the slow roll is very satisfying. You can kick it out there, especially, you know, if you got a little bit of flicking strength. If you don't, you might have to give it a little tiny bit of wrist. But, you know, like I said, it'll all break in really nicely. And that slow roll is nice and satisfying. There's something about slow rolling a backlock and hearing that lock snap into place. man, it's so solid. This thing is rock solid, and I love that feeling. Now, I do have a couple little tiny negatives. T6 hardware, I'd rather see T8s. Next thing, it would have been cool for lefties if this had a reversible clip, since it is such an ambidextrous knife, being a backlock. You know, using a backlock is the same right-handed or left-handed. And then the only other little thing would be, I wish the sharpening tool and plunge gun was a little bit better. Yeah. I wish they would have made it a little bit better. That way you had more sharpening life, but you at least have a couple sharpenings. So, you know, I'm happy for that at the very least. But it is a very comfortable knife, a very well-made knife. It feels like really good quality. What's up, guys? I want to talk to you really quick about a wallet I've been enjoying very much. Now, this is a leather wallet from EKSTER, and it has an aluminum body card holder wrapped in aluminum with a nice button on it. And you just kick that button and all the cards come out individually, so you can pick the exact card that you want without fumbling around. Now, it also has a tracker on it. So if you lose it, you can easily track it on your phone. And then if you lose your phone, you can double tap it and it will alert your phone so you can easily find it. Now, I just went on a trip to Texas, so this wallet was very convenient for me during all my purchases and just running around. And, you know, when you're on a trip, you know, the last thing you want to worry about is losing your wallet or, you know, fumbling around with your cards when you're in lines and things like that. So it was very, very convenient. Now, while we were on the trip, Kara was actually carrying her EKSTER wallet as well, which is a foldable leather wallet that also has the tracking card in it. And you can take it out if you don't want it, and it will make the profile a little bit slimmer. But what's cool is it also still has that button to kick out the cards, so you can easily access any of the cards in your wallet without fumbling around. I really like what EKSTER's doing. I'm going to link them down in the description. They have a bunch of other stuff, like other leather goods, magnetic key holders, and all different kinds of stuff. You guys can check it out down in the description. A couple petrified fish knives. We actually have two here. This one is the B02 and D2 steel G10 steel liners. Extremely smooth. I can also reverse flick off of the blade because of the coating very easily. Great flipping action. And the ergonomics are really good. This is a knife you can really bear down on. Drop point blade, kind of a big belly blade, D2 steel, extremely smooth. Deep carry clip, inset, but it does not have flat screws. The action is on point. I would call it a 4 on the scale of 1 to 10, 5 being perfect. You know, 6 being on the stronger side of perfect, 4 being on the lighter side of perfect. Very good action. You give it, you can just break the detent. It will flip every time. And if you give it any effort, it will smack out there really hard. But it's not overly strong whatsoever. And then we have the Petrified Fish P07. This one is a straight back, so it is very pokey, very ergonomic. I like this one quite a bit. However, I have a couple complaints for both of them. This one has a reverse flicking action and a top flipping action, and is also K110. K110 steel, which is basically D2 steel. Good access to the lock bar, very smooth on the drop. The fuller is a little bit tight, but you can get it. Obviously, I'm snapping it out there, but it's a little bit tight. And then the front flipper is not the most comfortable front flipper. It's a little bit pokey. I wish this was knocked down right here. I wish it was easier to snap out there. It works just fine, and obviously you can see me sitting here deploying it without a problem, but these little corners right here kind of get in the way, and I wish it was just a little bit more comfortable. But ergonomically, really good. And this is a straight back blade that is not like your typical straight back, because this one can be used for utility cuts. Because of the way the blade sweeps at the edge, it doesn't have a huge belly, you know, like this one has. This one has an elongated belly, so it's really easy to get to the tip for utility cuts. Very pokey and stabby, very slicey. You can easily turn it around and cut straps. So really cool. Now, my next little complaint would be the T6s. It does have a deep carry clip that's really well done. That's very well done. Inset with flat screws, not reversible. So great clip. Now, as far as this one goes, my negative is the sharpening tool and plunge grind. Now, you'll see on this one, they did a great job. Great job on that. Look at that. That's a great sharpening tool and plunge grind. This one, they tapered it right to the edge, and it will create a smile when you sharpen it. And with a black blade, we don't like to see that. But all in all, solid budget knife, you know, and Petrified Fish is known for doing really good quality budget knives. These are very, very affordable knives. Let's get to the next one. And then last is the TRIVISA Door, I think it's called, the Dior, D-O-R, and it has black micarta scales and 154 cm blade steel with a very, very, very pokey blade shape. I don't know if they're going for a self-defense knife, but it definitely would work really, really good. And it's somewhat of a stouter grind, not like super thick. It would definitely cut just fine. But, you know, the as pokey as it is, it's not going to be super fragile. Good access to the lock bar, very smooth on the drop. Great flipping action. I would put it on a little bit on the lighter side, but it has the thumb stud, so you know that's fine. The thumb studs work great, very, very snappy, very easy to snap out there with authority, and the flipper tab works great. So great flipping action, but I would call it a 4 on the detent. Because, you know, it'll snap out there every time without no problem. And if you put some effort into it, it'll really snap out there. But great action. Great action. Now, the clip is a deep carry clip that's inset with flat screws, which is really, really nice. The ergonomics are pretty good. I do feel the clip quite a bit, but, you know, it's pretty good. But this thing's going to work out really good for just opening things up and poking things. That's basically what it is. It's a poker. For sure. Now, yes, you could just break down your cardboard, you know, if you needed to in a pinch, but it's not really going to be for that. But for what it's for, I'm sure it'll work out pretty good. Now, the price on it is a little bit on the high side, in my opinion, 70 bones. Now, they recently came out with a model, the Aries, that I think is a great value. But in this case, you know, I see this being more of a $50 knife, you know, $45, $50 knife. It's a good knife, good solid knife, and it's 154 cm, which is a great steel. So I don't want to take that away from it. I know that does up the price just a little bit. It's not D2, it is 154 cm, which is great. So, you know, maybe it's not too overpriced, but it is a little bit on the high side, in my opinion. My little nitpicks besides the price is the sharp control and plunge grind. You guys already know that. Access to lock bars really good. Hardware's T6s, don't like to see that. So basically, no reversible clip, T6s, and the sharp control and plunge grind. Other than that, you know, the price is just a little bit on the heavier side for me. It's not horrible because it is still 154 cm, like I said, but, you know, it's a little bit on the high side. But there you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.